the old days. Because I miss you. And I just thought of you, so I thought I'd call you to tell you that you crossed my mind, and I took it as a sign that I should call and say hi. So that's all. Hi. I hope you don't think I've lost my mind. I hope you don't think I'm crazy. This message is getting long, so I should just say bye. But
Thank you.
the idea of you listening to this,
I'm your city tonight. And these lies make me feel so inspired. Going higher and higher and higher.
Only one more song, and we're gonna go ahead and get started today. Kenny is Luka FC. Good morning to all. Welcome back to another daily fact and stat show, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Typically until. Got a couple of hours in me today. Reminder, always, not saying always, I can't advise y'all to check every single time, but reminder, I always tweet out where the show will be hosted Monday through Friday, or every day. I'll say, if you ever see the tweet says on playback and YouTube, that means it's going to be playback first, where people come on the stage at, and YouTube is just live, just to be live, to track. I'll say. So if you ever see the tweet says on playback and YouTube, that means it's on live on playback now, so the platform that people gonna be able to join the stage at. If you see the tweet just say YouTube, that means we're gonna be live on YouTube only, and people gonna join the stage on YouTube. If you see the tweet just say playback, that means we're live on playback only, and people gonna join the stage on playback. If you see both, playback, but YouTube is just a track, etc., etc., etc. And also, Twitter Spaces will be quickly returning. I should have put this on the screen first so people can know that we're live on playback. A lot of people popping into the YouTube and popping right back out, popping into the YouTube and popping right back out. But again, if anybody's on YouTube, you can stay on YouTube if you don't know about playback, or you don't want to download playback and you just want to support and listen. Or if you want to join the stage or interact in the chat or whatever the case may be, join playback. The playback room is pinned at the top of the YouTube chat, I'll say. But either way, good morning to everybody that's here. Welcome. Obviously, we're talking about Luka's 45-point game last night. Spurs stunning the Warriors last night. Nuggets bouncing back after a 4-game skid. The Heat losing again to the Bulls. What else? Whatever else took place last night. Full NBA 4-9 recap. Can't think about it right now. So that's what we're doing today. We may add 1 or 2 more teams to discuss far as the playoff teams' expectations. I know we did 4 yesterday. Probably pick up 2 today, depending on how much time I'll have. So probably pick up 2 today, and that'll be that. But either way, appreciate everybody that's in here. For anybody that's in here so far, I know it's 38 people at the moment. For anybody that's in here so far that's not subscribed to Fact and Stats on YouTube, I would love for you all to subscribe to Fact and Stats on YouTube. For the ones that's on the YouTube and not subscribed, I would love for you all to subscribe as well. I'm gonna drop the link in the chat for you all to subscribe to Fact and Stats on YouTube, which I believe majority of you all that's in here at the moment do already anyway. But to subscribe to Fact and Stats on YouTube, the link is right there in the chat. What else I wanted to say? I would be altering or messing up my start sometimes on playback. I always mess it up sometimes on playback. But either way, here and there, we're going to shift to what I know off the top of my head. And I think that's Who Sold Your Parlay. So if anybody in here gambled last night and it was a straight bet, it was a parlay, or whatever the case may be, and you guys sold last night, feel free to drop it in the chat. Anthony who? Oh, AD. Yeah, AD's a funny guy, bro. But I also want to credit the Lakers defense for that too. But AD is definitely a funny guy. Again, anybody that's coming in on playback, on YouTube, we're live on playback as well. You can stay on YouTube and just listen in, or you can come and join the playback room to either join the stage and or type in a live chat with others as well. So to be mindful of that. Letting y'all know about that in the chat, in the YouTube chat. I'm sorry. They would double team every possession on block. I just thought he was KD down the stretch with all them middies. Majority of people player today is probably gonna be Luka Doncic, so we'll bypass that as well. AD going back on the ban list. Yeah, it's tough. That was tough for AD last night. That was tough for AD. He said, I don't know if it's getting sold for me. I just think I did something in another life. Oh, good boy. Do you think this is the most meaningful home game of the Morant era? Because they lose, they're gonna be in the play-in, I'm guessing. I guess that tweet makes some sense. But either way, we'll get into the NBA things, topics, news, whatever the case may be. Obviously, last night was a super duper emotional night for Luka. Jokic called them a long fire and got heavy day for everybody. Apparently, he knew about the firing, or they told him what was about to happen. He said he accepted it, basically, pretty much respected their decision to do that. And yeah. What else? Hero did some. I never seen a player do what Hero did last night. I ain't gonna lie to you. I never seen a player do what Hero did last night. And then the Suns pretty much missing the playoffs. So, we already been speaking to the Suns. They on a crazy losing streak. I think they're on like an 8-game losing streak right now. And the crazy thing about it is their first round draft pick goes to Houston this year. So, man, it's either Houston gets another good young prospect, or the Suns call Houston and say, hey, you want Kevin Durant? And KD say, hey, I wanted to go to Houston. And KD say, hey, give us our first round pick this year, plus more. And the Suns start their retooling that way around Devin Booker. Also, it's a possibility of something they're going to try to do with Bradley Beal this offseason. So I don't know. We'll see. I seen another Suns reporter speak on that yesterday. I know Hedo said I don't think the Suns can do it, but I seen a Suns reporter speak on it. So I think it is a possibility with the Suns being able to work something out with Bradley Beal. Who you got winning the playing matchup, Mavs or Kings? I got the Kings. I probably got the Kings in that matchup. But getting into the slate last night, starting at the top, working my way on down. Starting off with the Magic versus the Celtics, not really much to say here because obviously the Celtics were like their C team. So you didn't see no JB, you didn't see Tatum, you didn't see anybody you can think of. They didn't play last night. And the Magic was coming off of a back-to-back, obviously played their guys. They now moved to 500 on the season, sitting at 40-40. So not the same as last night. I mean, not the same as last season with the amount of games they won, but they still will hope to finish over 500 at least. So Paulo didn't shoot well from the field. He had 15 points, but Franz was able to do good in the scoring aspect, and also Cole Anthony off the bench knocking down 5 out of 10 threes. I mean, that's pretty much where the scoring came from. KCP exited this game earlier with the knee injury. So obviously that's something to monitor. The Suns ain't play nobody, Lauren. They ain't play nobody. So obviously that's something to monitor for the Magic heading into this play-in and potentially postseason. So yeah, it's nothing really to say there. Magic got to win 96-76. Moving forward, no, thank you Spurs for real. I mean, Agent Zero thought they had a chance to get a third seed. That's over with now, pretty much, unless the Lakers just magically lose out, which I don't expect to happen. But yeah. Next game was another bypass, to be honest. Battle of two tanking teams. I'll gladly drop the cash app. That was a good bet though. Y'all had some fight. I ain't gonna lie. I thought the Warriors probably could have do it, but in the back of my mind, like, nah, there ain't no way they do it. So that's pretty much over with that loss, especially with that loss to the Spurs last night.
Lonnie
we'll get
Walker.
to that. But Jeff Dowling Jr. scoring with 30 points last night. Like I said, battle of the tanking teams. This loss right here secured the Wizards in the top 3 spot to get the number 1 pick potentially, and also locked them into the top 7. So Z-Farm not here right now, but I'm going to clap to that because no matter what, the Wizards will have a top 7 pick, and they'll be able to add one of these young, really damn good prospects, in my opinion, to their roster coming up. And hopefully that pick stays within the top three. Hopefully that pick stays within the top three, so they can get a guy like Cooper Flag. They can get a guy like Dylan Harper. Uh, Not really on the Ace Billy train for Washington personally, but it will stop right there. Them two for me. So, and I think Ace Billy's a good player, by the way. I don't think nothing's wrong with him. I just don't want him in Washington. I think his game is like score, score, score. What you mean you was Z-Far? You a Lakers fan, gang. You ain't no Wizards fan. But yeah, Battle of the Tank. So we know what happened in this game right here. Nothing really to say. Shout out to the Sixers. Not shout out to the Sixers, but shout out to the guys that's getting opportunity to play basketball for the Sixers.
Hey, I'm a Laker and Wizards fan, bro. I was going to Wizards games when it was called the MCI Center, bro.
I'm playing with you, bro. I know you're a Wizards fan
Okay,
too.
all right.
Yeah, I'm joking.
For sure.
Joking.
My bad, bro.
I'm joking. Nah, you good, Birdie. I'm just joking with you.
All right, bet for sure.
But remind everybody that's on YouTube, we are on playback as well. You can't stay on YouTube and just listen in, but we are on playback as well. So Battle of the Tank, like I said, both teams have young players that can hoop and play basketball really well, if you ask me. And obviously, both teams will be something to watch next year, in my opinion, with Embiid, Paul George, and Maxey. Most likely will be healthy. Not saying for the whole entire season, but at least for the start of the season, especially if Paul George is still there. And with the Sixers potentially add another young prospect, or even trading that pick to what they have going on in Philly. And in the Wizards, we already know how I feel about them and the young guys that they have on that mob right now, and what they're going to add and what they're going to add to that team this offseason via the draft and or free agency. So, yeah.
Shit, McCain too. Ev, he didn't play.
Yeah.
I forgot.
They
what
told me
position
Lonnie
he played.
Walker not an NBA player. Shit. Back-to-back 20 balls? Okay.
Third game of last night was the Hornets versus the Raptors. Same scenario as the last two teams, to be honest. Raptors are pretty much trying to get a top. We'll have a top 10 pick, and then wanting to see what this guy, whoever they add, will look like next to Scotty Barnes, Brandon Ingram, RJ Bird, Emmanuel Quickly, etc. So, Grady, Jacoby Walter, the whole nine, everything that they got going on in Orlando, Toronto right now, which ain't really too pretty in my opinion, but we'll see how it all looks next year. I'm not really a fan of Scotty Barnes and Brandon Ingram being as your quote unquote two best players on your team. As far as the Hornets, Brandon Ingram was never going to return from that ankle injury. Not say never, but if the Pels in playoff positioning or play-in positioning, he probably would have played. If the Raptors were in the same thing, he probably would have played. But the fact that neither one of those teams were heading anywhere, then it wasn't going to get to that. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't going to go to that direction or get to that point. Nick Smith got the opportunity to ball out. Young Nick Smith out of Arkansas. Thought he was going to be a dog. Still is a good player in my opinion. He had 28, 6 and 10, 8 for 13 from the field, 6 for 9 from 3. And Nurkic stepped in starting, obviously, and had 26 and 9 without Mark Williams playing. So shout out to Nick and Nurkic. And I think they just gathering talent. Yeah, they just have a lot of guys there. Don't know if that would be via trade or what, but yeah, they just have a lot of guys. So hey. Bethany is in out of town. We'll see. She pops in here, and Jordan Wilson don't know. Just get access to have options. Yeah, I feel you. I agree. I'm gonna go Miami, Chicago first, and then Los Angeles, Dallas. Miami, Chicago. I'll be lying if I say I watched the whole entire game. It was on my right. It was on my other monitor. As obviously I was focused on the Lakers and Mavericks game for the most part. But I did see majority of the Heat game, and also felt like what I needed to see for the most part. Heat took a loss. This is more than likely the team we're going to play in the play-in. And if you look at the season series, they swept us. So, I mean, like I said earlier in the show today, we lose to the Bulls again. I mean, for some reason, we just can't stop Josh Giddey and the Bulls, So them being healthy or not, we just can't stop them. So Josh Giddey put up an amazing stat line last night and was super duper efficient while doing so. Busella to the 3 that pretty much sealed the deal because Tyler Hero wanted to be a bozo. I'd never seen a player get a steal, good steal, team down 5 points, 30 plus seconds, not 30 plus seconds to go, and you get the steal, and it's a 1-on-0 fast break. I mean 1-on-0. You make the layup, your team down 3, you come back and get a stop, and whatever happens. But he opted to do a pull-up 3-point shot. I wish I had the clip. Let me try to find it. He opted to do a pull-up 3-point shot on 1-on-0 fast break instead of just going for a layup. I never seen nothing like that before. So that pretty much will lead to us losing the game for the most part. So shout out to Tyler Hero. I don't know what he was thinking, but hey.
I ain't gonna lie, I seen that clip. That shit too funny, bro. That nigga's really lying that shit. Hey, it would have been crazy if he hit it though, Ab. You know, you would have been going crazy if he hit that motherfucker. It would have been
It would have been.
hero.
It
But
definitely
nah,
would have been crazy if we hit it.
he really did just pull. Like that shit just too funny to me, bro. Like that shit is just too funny.
It's 40 seconds on the clock.
That
Ladies
nigga
and
said,
gentlemen,
"Fuck the
appreciate you.
life."
Yeah, it's 40
Still,
seconds on the
come
clock.
here, pull. He a funny dude, Ab. No funny.
40 seconds on the clock. I can't believe he did it. So yeah, 11-10. More than likely he can now and this and for that aspect, like that shot right there make me not even be able to like want to even say nothing about his 30 ball or whatever. His usual, well, not usual, I ain't gonna say it all that, but his usual 25 plus ball, which he been dropping pretty often this year. Yeah, like you just say F that at that point. But you know, it is what it is. Wiggins return. I thought we looked really good in the first quarter. That's the quarter that I was locked into the most, in my opinion. More so that first half when the Lakers game went on halftime as well. But you know, I mean, I guess they came out in the second half and they just took over the game, or really from the second quarter, it looks like they took over the game.
Yeah,
So
it was the second quarter onward.
yeah.
They took the lead and we never got it back. So
You can dive, yeah.
Our two best players, bro, I was very disappointed in both of them. You know, this is a game considering, you know, how far we have fallen from grace. You know, this game had meaning. You know, it was like a playoff game for us in that sense, you know, playing positioning for 9th seed, trying to get a home game for the playing tournament, whatever. So, you know, the social media team put out a little hype video. I'm like, oh man, we've really fallen from grace putting a hype video for a 9-10 seed, you know, matchups sort of game. But that's where we at. So I'm expecting, you know, those guys to show up. And quite frankly, Bam was invisible. I was disappointed in him. He only really scored for real in the first and third quarter. You know, he's been hitting the 3 ball really well lately, but he was not good from 2. And defensively, I didn't think he was all the way there yesterday. The whole team honestly wasn't there defensively yesterday. But, you know, Bam he just didn't look there to me. And I know last game he sat out because he had back spasms and he's been dealing with like lower body stuff. He doesn't really have a lot of lift, is what I'm noticing. So in the off season, I think he needs to probably shed a little bit of weight. You know, now that he has a 5 with him, because he don't got the same like vertical pop that he used to, and I don't know if it's, you know, some injuries or whatever, but yeah, I think in the offseason he probably needs to shed some weight. But, you know, he shot the 3 really well, which he's been doing lately. But, you know, inefficient night, you know, 18 points on 15 shots. Like, that's not good enough. Hero, he looked like the hero of previous years last night. You know, that 30 ball is going to fool you. It ain't no real 30 ball, respectfully. The first 3.5 quarters, you know, he was on like 20 points on 20 shots. Really inefficient. He had a good 4th quarter, which, you know, that's what happens with heroes sometimes. You know, he'll be, you know, really bad or really inefficient the first 3.5 quarters, and he'll show up, you know, in like the 4th quarter, whatever, go on a little flurry to make it seem like, you know, he had a good game. He did not. He was awful defensively. Kevin Herter was taking him off the dribble. He was bullying him. Josh Giddey was bullying everybody last night, but Josh Giddey loves getting Hero on the island and just bullying him. And that's what's been happening with Hero in all of the Chicago matchups. You know, Kobe White would take him off the dribble, muscle him. He gets pushed. He pushed off his spot. Kevin Herter, Kobe White, they all go after him. And he doesn't really put much resistance up defensively. But I give credit for Hero, you know, for the flurry he did in the 4th quarter. But he completely canceled it out with the pull-up 3 bullshit. I couldn't believe my eyes. You know, you make a great defensive play, you know, your best defensive play of the night, stealing the ball from Kobe White, and you have a layup. You have a layup. You take a pull-up 3. I have never, ever seen anything like that in my life. And, like, that shot right there perfectly encapsulates what the Heat has been post All-Star break. Since Jimmy left, this is exactly what the Heat have been post All-Star break. We're an awful clutch team because we're having Hero make the decisions. That's just it. And Hero is so irrationally confident that he is dumb. He really think every shot he gonna put up is gonna go in, so he does stupid things. And yesterday was the stupidest thing I've ever seen. All you need to do is take the layup. We're down one possession. You take it's 3-point game. You get up, get another stop on the other end. Maybe you tie the game on the other end. Whatever you let that stuff play out. And then after the shot, he doesn't get back on defense after taking the three. So then Buzelis gets that open corner three on the other end. Spo call a timeout. He kind of smirked to the bench and talks and says, "My bad, man." Hero. If I could strangle somebody, bro.
We on playback highlights, playback.
He gets me close to it, man. So I just, man, that shot was just crazy. And then I think after the game, when they asked him about the shot, he said, "What did he say? Hold on." He said, "I was feeling that shot, simple as that. Looking back now, obviously missing the shot, I should have laid the ball up. I believe I can make that shot, and I believe in myself. I'm going to live and die by that." Okay, bro. Cool story.
Live and die by that? He said live and die by that?
Yeah. Cool story, bro.
He's a clown.
Cool story, bro. And then Spo, after the game, when he was talking about the shot, he said, Hero's a guy with irrational confidence, yada, yada, yada. And then Spo said, it's my job now as a coach to coach him through situational basketball. Have you not been doing that? Have you not been coaching him through situational basketball? And I don't want to blame it all on Spo, because Hero is in year 7. He spent too many years in this league to be making the decisions he make in the clutch.
This 7?
I don't know, but he's been here for a long time in the league. Year 6, 7, I don't know.
I think it's 6. Yeah, but yeah, either one.
But come on, bro. You've been a part of playoff basketball, all these sort of things, high leverage moments. You've been around Jimmy. Jimmy is one of those guys who's very responsible player in the clutch. You ain't pick up on anything for you to be this erratic in these situations. So yeah, that's not cool. But Wiggins, I don't know. He came back. He's not healthy. I don't think he's healthy. He's playing on a chopped, hamstring. He didn't look good yesterday. He had 14, but he wasn't good yesterday, in my opinion. Davion Mitchell was the only guy out there who played with heart, intensity, force. He wasn't really – he was punking people out there. He played hard or whatever. And Davion's been the best guy, for us in that trade package. Wiggin doesn't play, so when he does play, he's okay, he's cool. But Davion has been the real impact player from the trade. He's continuously giving you double-digit points and 8 assists off the bench almost every night, and I'm really appreciative of that. And I hope we can keep him. 17 points, 8 assists, 4 steals, 1 block, consistent production from him, off the bench. Kyle Anderson. Lord God, Kyle Anderson, he's been a cool gimmick. He's been impactful and stuff. He scores a little bit, but the fact that this team has to rely on Kyle Anderson ISOs is disgusting, man. It's sad, bro. Your team is relying on Kyle Anderson isolation buckets. That is how far we have fallen. And it's not good hoops to watch. Kyle Anderson try to take people one-on-one off the dribble. He makes it sometimes, but it's not something I want to watch. Duncan Robinson, god-awful. My goodness. Can't guard anybody, can't score. Haywood Highsmith, god-awful. He could not guard anybody last night. He could not guard a soul last night. And he couldn't score either. So there are guys on this team next year that do not need to be on this team. And I hope they are not on this team. Oh, and Ware was awful too. I think he had 4 or 5 rebounds in the first quarter, and he ended the game with 7 rebounds. He was invisible out there too. I think there was one possession. Vooch got 3 straight offensive rebounds on him, and Ware was just looking to the sky, not even trying. So collective shit show from the team, honestly. So In terms of like playing, man, I don't know. Like Wiggins don't seem healthy to me. If Wiggins is cooked and Jovic, I don't know if he's coming back. I think they gave an update, but it was not an update yesterday. They said in terms of his hand, Spo said he doesn't know yet if he's coming back this year. He's basically doing everything, quote unquote, but it's whether he can take contact or not. So if he's out for real rest of the year and Wiggins is cooked with his hamstring, these guys should not make the playoffs. They need to lose. They need to lose. Respectfully, this is not a team I want to watch play any playoff basketball. I'm good. I'm way good off of that. So, and one other thing too, to give credit to Chicago, they play a fun brand of basketball. They push the pace. I think they're one of the fastest teams in the league in terms of pace. They play with ball movement. They play with player movement. They run on misses and makes. And Giddey was exceptional yesterday. They passed the ball really well. They killed us in transition. Like all night, they were just killing us in transition. We weren't getting back, defending, and all these things. And I watch my team, and I'm like, why can't we do that? Why can't we run off of misses and makes? We're the so-called best conditioned team. Why don't we do that? And I was curious as to like our pace since Jimmy got traded. We're actually slower since Jimmy got traded. If our pace is slower, I used to think, we were a slow team because of Jimmy, Jimmy's pace and all these things. No, we're just slow because we're slow. Spo has these guys playing slow, all these other teams. And next year, considering how young this team is, if we are bottom 3 in pace again, Spo has got to step down. There is no reason why this team should play as slow as they do, because I don't think we're good enough offensively or whatever, or creative enough offensively to be playing half court offense all the time. We got to play with pace. We got to run more. So I don't know, bro, but that was a disappointing performance yesterday. So it was a playoff-like game, playoff implications and all that stuff, and everybody laid a collective egg. So tough.
Hey, that was a super deep dive into the game yesterday, and also what's going on with the Miami Heat. Z Blaze on YouTube just echoed what you said as far as we thought it was Jimmy about the pace, but it might be Spo. So the kind of what you just said as well.
The show Spo thing, and like, man, the offense is just boring, dude. Like, I watch all these young teams, the other teams around the league, and they just look like they have more fun on offense. Like they run, they play, they move the ball, all these things, and like, I don't understand. And people gonna say we don't have a number one option, but the Bulls don't. They play better offense. Like the Pacers, their guy is Tyrese Halliburton. Nobody's gonna say he's like a championship one or whatever, but they play a better brand of basketball.
Yeah.
There's other teams out there, like even the Blazers, for crying out loud, they play a better, funner brand of basketball. And their best players like Denny Advia. Like other teams, they just play, I don't know, they're more creative offensively, they do more things. Like I don't know what we practice. It's like I swear they play 90% of the practice. They're playing defense and beating each other up. Like,
I don't
what
know.
do we do? What do we work on, bro? And
Yeah,
you look at the roster. It shouldn't be this bad. To me, I don't think it should be this bad.
I'm with you, but I think the Pacers, the Blazers, and Bulls, and any other young team you can add that play with more creativity or look more fun.
The Pistons too, like.
Yeah, but I think they just have better young players. Like we don't have no good young players. To be honest, let's be fair. We have to run Kyle Anderson and Haywood Highsmith and Duncan Robinson and Alec Burks. How much fun can offense look with those 4 guys? I can stop right there. Really, it ain't gonna look fun with them. To be honest,
Yeah,
great shout out to Davion Mitchell. That's a great shout out to Davion Mitchell. Davion Mitchell has definitely been a phenomenal player added on to this Heat team, and I truly wish that he can be our backup point guard next year to whoever we may get via draft and however whoever it is. But like Z Blaze said, we need a point guard. Yeah, we do need a point guard, Z Blaze. And I've been wanting Jeremiah Fair, but that's out the window. I promise you that's out the window because they chose to go on a 6-game winning streak. And it's literally no way we're going to get back within the top 10, in my opinion, because only 2 games left. And right now we're at the 11th spot, and we're probably going to stay in that 11th spot. And we all know how the lottery works. When you are after pick 10, you don't really shuffle. If you are projected to be the 14th pick, you're probably going to be the 14th pick. If you're projected to be 13, 12, 11, 10, you're probably going to be right there. You can probably get a random shuffle between a pick or 2, but we're at pick 11. At one point, we had a worse record or even the identical record as the San Antonio Spurs, they're now at 8. If we never went on that 6-game winning streak, we will have a top 8 pick right now. I promise you. None of us was going to catch the Raptors. We would have pick 8 or 9 right now. But we chose to go on a crazy winning streak. I don't expect the Suns to win. KD's not returning. I don't expect the Spurs. We're not going to catch the Spurs. So, I mean, we're going to be outside of the top 10, bro.
But even Atlanta, though, like Atlanta has just Trey. And they're just better to watch. Like, who the hell else they got on the team? Freaking Ricochet, a rookie. Dyson is cool, but he's not no offensive, like,
but
juggernaut, whatever.
Trey
and then Onyeka. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, we need to, like, just do more. Like, the offense is just... I think you can just do more with the offense. Like, given the roster we have, you have guys who can shoot. You have shooters, whatever. Duncan, Hero, Alec Burks, whatever. Those guys can shoot, right?
Yeah.
You do have Bam, right? You do have Hero. There's more shit you could do with this offense. And Ware is a great lob threat, whatever. There's more things you can do. And we just don't do it. We sit there. All we want to do is play half court offense. Like, Davion is here. He plays with pace. He's the only guy who plays with any pace. Like, he wants to run up and down the court. All we do is dribble handoff with Duncan and Tyler and Kyle Anderson ISOs. What the fuck is that? Yeah. Respectfully, bro. Like, you could do more. It's boring and stale. I think other teams out there, they try more stuff. They experiment. We don't.
All have been the same.
It's stale.
For some years.
I did notice that all those teams you did point to did have, like, elite playmakers on them. Like, in terms of, like, pushing the pace, whether it be Detroit, would you say with Cade, or Pacers with Pistons, maybe outside of the Blazers. But yeah, I think it's a combo of, like, just not having real playmaking, as well as, like, just the roster. Because I don't know if I'm correct, but I would assume in terms of pace, our fastest year was when we had Lowry. In terms of when Jimmy was there, correct?
That's still not fast though.
Sure.
We've always been bottom of the league in pace. No matter if we had Lowry or whatever, like, that's always always been a slow team. So Memphis, they run too, and they had Ja out for a lot of time this year. So I don't know. It's just boring. So, and then we play too much half court basketball, and we're like an awful half court team. So it just doesn't make sense to me.
You guys need like a offensive coordinator, or is it like a Spoelstra thing? Like, what's the reason? Is it the roster construction?
I mean, roster is always a part of it, but I think you could do more. And I think Spo needs an offensive coach with him. I don't think he know what to do offensively.
Are y'all good at transition?
I don't remember who we were, but when Jimmy was on the team, we were a really good transition team, but we didn't run in transition a lot, from what I remember. I don't know what we are now.
I got you.
I have to see.
G Blaze said, to be fair, Spo offense does create stuff. They just don't have the playmaker to get it there.
And, like, honestly, it don't help when, like, a lot of your cap is eaten up by, like, black hole players like Duncan Robinson. And me, I'm not a big fan of Tyler Hero. Do y'all think that, like, y'all move on from these players, like even Bam, like after their contracts are up, or what?
I think Bam was a Heat lifer, or they would want him to be. Tyler Hero, I think they would trade him before they would trade Bam, but he's even damn near neck and neck with Bam when it comes to how they view. You think they would trade Bam before Hero? Hell no.
At this point,
nah. But I do think Hero was up there with Bam when it comes to wanting to be Heat lifers, though, as far as the organization. But I definitely think Bam is like locked. He's the captain of the team. Bam locked in.
Rozier, Duncan, Highsmith, Jaime.
Yeah.
Hell, if you want to, Wiggins. Those five guys.
Kyle Anderson too.
Yeah. Kyle can be there. Like, he can be like a guy, like, spot minutes every now and then. If there's an injury, you need to play him, whatever. I don't think he needs to be a rotation guy consistently, but he could be here. I'm not opposed to that. But those four guys, they cannot be on the team next year.
Are y'all set with Davion and Harrow, like, as your backcourt, like, going forward?
I think Davion would be a great backup guard. I don't know if he should be a starter.
I got you.
Yeah.
But yeah,
y'all want like a combo guard or like a more like playmaking first type, like point guard?
Me playmaking first, because combo guard is Tyler Hero.
No, but like one that could also play make, but also like self-create. Like a,
not having
not
both
the level
great.
of Trae Young, but like maybe like a Trae Young, like obviously not the playmaking level because that's hard to come by. But
I prefer both, but I'm not too hell bent on combo. Like if you just playmaker first and that's your best thing, you're not that good of a scorer, whatever case me, I'm cool with that because I think where will get better offensively as he gets stronger over the years, and I also think Jovic is also will continue to get better offensively as well. On top of Bandman
They
Hero,
might
so
trade him.
I got
yeah,
you.
yeah. Some Z Blade just said that on YouTube. We might trade Jovic while trying to move and get somebody else. And
That's
I'm not
sad, bro.
opposed to that. I'm not honestly not opposed to that. But
It has to be.
yeah, it has to be like that because
It
that'll be
has,
our most valuable asset.
yeah, because I don't think we're gonna get traded. Jaime, his value's in the freaking dirt. So Jovic probably has the second most value, depending on who we have to, who we end up trading for, if at all. Who knows if we even trade, for a star this summer or whatever. But yeah, it's unfortunate. I'm seeing Kyle Anderson run the offense and all these things, and I'm like, bro, you should have been trying this stuff with Jovic, but whatever. He wanted to let Kyle Anderson do this shit, but
Yeah.
God bless, bro.
That's the story of the Miami Heat, guys. We have the Bulls most likely in the play-in next week. We lost to them 3 straight times this year, and like I said, like 1110 said, Tyler Hero been a big part of that on the defensive side. And them just playing at a better pace and just looking better as a unit, as a team than us, because
Man, we
they had
can't
guys out
stop
of
Giddy,
line.
bro. We
They had
can't. We
guys
have
out of
nothing for
lining
Giddy.
up, and they still just beating us. So, yeah, I had the same stance. Like Z Blaze said on YouTube, Fear's stock even went up. I think he's projected to fall within. He's probably not going past 8 to be realistic. And if I had to guess, we'll probably fall at pick 10 or 11, 9 at best, as y'all can see here. All depends on what happened with the Suns,
Who,
Portland,
who
and
would
us,
he? Who would he get
obviously.
drafted by? Fears. I'm
Um,
looking. I don't.
they,
Can you scroll up?
I saw one mock
The
to the
Nets.
Spurs. I saw one mock to the Spurs. I saw another mock to the Nets.
Why? Why
I
would
saw
the
the Nets.
Spurs draft him?
Yeah, I know. I'm with you on the Spurs, but the Nets, I get it though.
Yeah, I
But
can see
with
the
you
Nets.
yeah, I'm with you on the Spurs. So right here, they actually got him
What
to
a
the Spurs.
tragedy.
Another mock, I saw him high up on 6 to the Nets, but it makes sense for the Nets though. So I don't know, man. It's tough. They got us getting the dude out of Illinois, and I don't want him at all. The
Oh
Spurs.
no! Oh
Yeah, I
no!
don't.
Yeah. I'd be done,
Yeah,
bro.
it is. Somebody on the YouTube said Jace. I don't want Jace Richardson either because Jace Richardson is not a full.
If
I
it's
like
not
Jace.
Fears, bro,
Jace is good, but nah, I don't.
if it's not Fears, bro, it's over.
Yep, we'll have 2 top 20 picks for basically with all due respect to these
Shout
young
out to
players that's
Spurs
coming.
too for winning because that helps our
Yeah, we needed that.
Golden
Yep,
State pick. So
and that's at pick 20 right now. So we'll have 2 top 20 picks. No shade to these young prospects that come in. I think they're really good players, but they're not going to help us. Like we needed Fairs because Fairs could do so much for this team, and then that pick 20 was just like a cherry on top. So I don't know, man.
some dark days, bro.
Yeah, if I'm them, I don't care, bro. I'm trading that pick and pick 20 and trying to get Fairs. That's what I'm doing. I don't care. Like I don't care about pick 20, bro. Would you do that or I'm doing too much? I'm doing
Trade
too
up.
much. Yeah, trade up with them 2 picks. I'm doing too much.
Oh, I mean, I would for sure.
Okay.
For sure.
Yeah.
If we missed Austin, we have those 2 picks for sure. Try to trade up, see if you can.
Yeah. Trey off Fairs fit well with the Heat. Yeah. Trey who? Trey Johnson? No, I don't want Trey Johnson. Trey Johnson is a really good. Trey Johnson probably be better than Tyler Hero, to be real with you. But Trey Johnson is similar to Tyler Hero. Trey Johnson is not. I don't. Heat media talking about Walter with the Warriors pick. Yeah, I've been seeing that. He said I'm finna vomit, bro.
Oh man.
Hey, it's tough being a Heat fan, man.
Yeah, that was disappointing yesterday, but whatever.
Appreciate y'all rocking on YouTube. By the way, if you're on YouTube and you are familiar with playback, you can plug the playback. That's where we at. If you're on YouTube just to listen in to the show, I appreciate you there as well. And if you're not subscribed to Fact and Stats on YouTube, make sure you all subscribe to the YouTube folks and the playback folks. It is pinned in the spotlight on playback. Next game was a big game. Luka returned to Dallas. Sorry, let me switch my screen. Luka returned to Dallas was a big. What you like do from Colorado State? Yeah, but
You talking about Neek?
yeah, I
think he is. I like him, but I mean, we need a guard though. But I wouldn't be opposed to him over because Jaime need to get the fuck. So he did not win.
bro, we really and I said, bro, we should have took. I'm not saying he's great or he's good. He's gonna be special, but we should have took Pods with the Jaime pick, in my opinion. Like We should have took Paz over Jaime, bro, because Paz would have been a guard that we could have had on the roster. And like, I'm not saying he would have been special, anything weird, or anything like that, but he damn sure been better than Jaime. I might even say that in hindsight. I felt that at the time during the rookie seasons as well, but whatever.
No,
How like
he's been
he fell off the cliff.
disastrous this year, bro. Y'all don't know
Yeah,
how bad Jaime has been this year.
he fell off a cliff, gang.
Good
He not even in the
God.
rotation, bro.
But and it's crazy because everybody was saying, "Yo, after his rookie year, get a veteran player in the rookie." Nigga, what? The
What did you just say?
draft evaluations, they were rewriting history on taking older prospects. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense, but okay.
For the sake of his career, Jaime, he gotta put a lot of work in this offseason because he gonna be out the league on that dirt. He not gonna get another deal, bro. It's that bad. So good luck to him, man.
What about
no, thank you. No, thank you.
Oh, you don't like him either?
No, thank you.
Well,
what's the point? What's the point of him on the roster? Yeah, him. Like, what would be that?
That's to the point guard,
brother.
No, I'm with you. Listen, but I think Denham or Demon, I think it's Demon. I think Demon and Kasparis, however you say his name, I think they're both two good guards. I think they're both two good point guards, but they don't bring what Fears bring to the table. And I don't think that they will alter too much the Heat backcourt or the Heat landscape of needing a point guard as much as Fears would. So it's like, if it ain't Fears, I'm cool. Like,
you gonna draft those two guys? I don't understand the point of not just having Jovic do this shit. Just go run the fucking point for the team.
Nah, but they're actually Jovic's not an actual point guard though. Like Jovic's not as agile is not the word. He's not as Jovic can do it. Jovic more so shaped to be a point forward though. Like, you wouldn't want Jovic to be a full-time point guard. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because like,
fuck it, they should have been developing him to see if he could do it. That's my issue. Them niggas had him learning to play center. Like, what Spo did, bro, his first 2 years, bro. Oh, man. They had him playing center, learning how to play center. Like, what the fuck? Made no sense to me. And Igor can't even shoot. Like, what do he shoot? Like 19% from three? No, thank you, brother.
And if I'm saying his name wrong, sorry. Kasparis is better than Demon, I want to say for sure. I think I like him. He's an all-around point guard to me. But what comes to him is how's he going to handle the NBA pressure and also the defensive side too. So I don't know, bro. I think he's a good guard though, but one guy that I don't think I don't want to come to Miami, and I think he's a good player or a good prospect is Jace though, because I think Jace is I think he's more of like a scoring guard. I would say I don't know. I want a real live playmaker. I want a real live point guard, and I don't really think Jace is that. I think he's just gonna be a good guard in the league, whether he starts talking about the bench. So I could be wrong though. Like, so.
Wallahi. It's Jover.
We'll see what happens. And the Heat can just mess me up completely and just make the playoffs on some random stuff. Like, who knows?
I wouldn't put it past them, bro. I think 2023, I think we got swept by the Bulls in the regular season and then we beat them in the play-in. Who knows at this point, bro? Who knows?
Yeah, I'm just trading up, Tez. Yeah, bro, it's only one way. It's only two people I'm using that pick on. 11-10 out of fan of the second person. But if they there, I'm taking.
Are we talking about Khan?
Or Khan. Yeah, I'm taking Fear or Khan. And with that second one, I'm trying to get a guard on the back end.
Fuck it, bro.
Let's get Khan,
bro.
Yeah, he'll be better than Duncan. He'll be better than Highsmith. He'll be better than whoever that we have on the other guard position. So he damn near can be better than Tyler Hero overall as an NBA player too. So
he like that for real.
He shoot the ball that well. You know what I'm saying? He shoot the ball that well and can handle the rock, can defend as well. So I don't think he would ever be a 25 point per game scorer, 24 point per game scorer, but he would definitely be a really good role player. So, or a really good player in the league, regardless. So I don't know. We'll see. He's just a special shooter. So I jazzed it better than Tyler Hero thing probably, but yeah, he's a special shooter. I'll say that.
Cool.
He employ like 4 non-NBA players.
Sure do.
Definitely do. Shout out to the Bucks though, bro. But Next game was the Lakers versus the Mavericks. Obviously, a lot of things were around this game when it comes to Luka returning back to his main city or his home, as they like to call it. A special performance, man. The Lakers got to win 112-97. We seen Luka have a special first half. And I feel like the Dallas fans deserved a performance like this from him, to be honest. For him to return there and give them a performance like this, I think that was something that was forever memorable for them. Because everybody that was there, that's a Dallas fan, can say, when Luka first returned, we witnessed him give us 45, 8, and 6, and 4 steals. And they wasn't mad at it. They was cheering for him after every bucket. They was cheering for him the whole time. Obviously, it was an emotional game for him, and obviously emotional game for the fans and whoever else was on the other side. Probably not Nico, but yeah. Uh, far the Lakers, I seen that. Far as the Lakers side of things, really good team. When it comes to, you got mute Tween. When it comes to the playoffs, obviously I'm not gonna rap too much. I don't really have much to say. When it comes to the playoffs, it's obviously gonna be a tough time to be able to beat a team that's led by Luka and LeBron in a playoff scenario. I think they defended Anthony Davis pretty well. They didn't make it easy for him. For the most part, he saw two. If he caught the ball on the block, they had somebody on the help side coming all the way over trapping, and getting back to the man at the same time. So life was not easy for AD. I think he finished with 13 points. But at halftime he had 4. Yeah, he finished with 13, 11. At halftime he had 4. Uh, they struggled. They couldn't get entry passes into AD. So obviously they needed a playmaker in that aspect as well. I do want to give Najee Marshall a big shout out. He's pretty much started that point guard for them last night and has been starting that point guard for them for the most part. Had 23, 4, and 8. He played a well all around game in my opinion for me. Spencer Dinwiddie also made numerous good passes in that first half. For them as well. And PJ Washington made some buckets in the fourth quarter, but he struggled offensively, and Klay Thompson. So it just wasn't a good game for the Mavericks, bro. The story of this game pretty much was Luka first half, overall game, and then LeBron James taking the game over in the second half. Rui knocking down shots. Rui, 5 for 10, 3 for 7 from 3. And that pretty much was it, because that's pretty much where the game came from an offensive standpoint. Reeves got to chill this game. It was really Luka, LeBron, Rui, and the defense, So that was the game for the Lakers. Game was tighter than it needed to be at some points, but ultimately got the win. They won by 15 points. So I don't know if anybody else going to add anything to the game personally, but yeah, that pretty much was it for me as far as this game.
Yeah, my biggest takeaway for the Lakers was actually their defense. Like we was talking about it earlier, like they was double teaming 80 on the block. They rotated well. It was like what they was doing way before. Even some of the Luka blow-bys, it was like they was peel switching with somebody in the paint out. Even with the small ball lineup with Goodwin, I think Vando played well. Dorian Finney-Smith, they even all them. Even though Gabe Vincent, like he even really had the 3-ball game, it was like they just mucked up the game. Like they didn't let Dallas get off. Clay really cooked them in the first. I think what was it, first half? He got free on a couple threes. Then they really tried to shut his water off. AD first game back against the Lakers. I think this is his first game back against the Lakers, right? Even though it's at Dallas, it was pretty mediocre. But Luka did Luka things like nigga get into the cup, floater. I didn't like how they were playing because Jason Kidd really double teams or blitzes the pick and roll. When Luka got the switch on Lively in that first half, bruh, he was literally getting layups, getting fouls, getting middies. It was just not a good switch. Like you don't really, I never seen all year Lively switch out on the perimeter. That's the shocker. Like I don't know what Jason Kidd was thinking going on to this game. Maybe it was like, yo, we don't want the low man to get a lob or the corner to get a three, because you feel me. Lakers been shooting well. They was trying to switch that nigga Lively on him. At least if you're gonna switch it, make it AD. Even though AD did get burned on the three, I think it was a contested three. But like you got to pick your poison. But that was the wrong poison in my opinion. You don't let nigga Luka had 31 in the first half. First time this all year he's got 30 first half. Like that was just like on delay type defense. Jason, you feel me? They came back in the fourth with the Najee Marshall playing well and some of the other role players. They actually took the lead at one point. I think it was 89-87 with the Reeves LeBron lineup. and I've been saying it all year. Like that second lineup, they've been bleeding too much value. Luka came back in, they immediately won a 9-0 run, and that was pretty much the game. But they got to be better when Luke is off the court. Even with that Reeves LeBron lineup, like I don't think that lineup has been beneficial in the second quarter because Luka plays the first half and first quarter and the fourth quarter. He plays both quarters fully. They got to be better when in the second quarter and to start that fourth quarter because those quarters have been arguably the Lakers' worst quarters. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, that's my 2 cents.
Luka do not play the fourth quarter in full.
No, I said I'm talking about to start the fourth quarter where LeBron and Reeves are on. I'm saying
Uh,
they got to be better when Luka comes back in. They want on a 9-0 run. That's what I'm saying.
okay, I thought you said he played the first and the fourth fully. Okay.
First and third, right? Fourth,
Yeah,
comes in.
pretty much.
He
Yeah.
comes in at the 6 minute mark in the fourth.
Or seven. Yeah. Last night was eight. Because
Eight,
the way the
yeah.
game was, the way the game was going. But yeah, um, first majority, LeBron will come back in around like the 1 to 2 minute mark in those quarters, and Luka pretty much will be coming out or sometimes staying in. I think last night he came out when LeBron came back in. Um, to get from a I think I like how JJ do it though personally, but yeah, that pretty much was that for the Lakers and the Mavs game. I don't think anybody can really add much to. I think Tween and myself said pretty much what happened in the game, crediting the Lakers defense on Anthony Davis. Me speaking to their offense, pretty much just being LeBron and Luka, Reeves getting the chill, and obviously Rui knocking out his shots when the ball was swung to him as well. I think that was that. I don't think I'm missing nothing. Yeah, I don't think I'm missing nothing. Yeah. So shout out to the Lakers. One more win away. They can be a 50-win team. Last night win clinched them within the
Shout
top
out to
six.
Luka, for sure. Crying at the tribute video and then dropping 45.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Yep.
So shout out to him.
This
And
loss for the Lakers.
AD and like
Okay, my bad.
AD going forward, do you think he stays in Dallas?
That's a good question. I think he stays in Dallas though. I do want to see what his contract is though, but yeah, I think he stays in Dallas.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, I think
I don't
he's
know if he'll fully be embraced there. So I don't know if he want to. That whole situation must have been awkward last night. Honestly, I don't know, but
he's not gonna request no trade though.
how many years?
Like
Did his extension kicked in already? How many years?
Yeah, I think he got
next,
2 more
they
years
kick in
on it.
next year. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, 2 more years on it with a player option. So he's gonna ride that two
So
out.
he's
And
probably
then,
going to decline and then re up.
yeah. No, he's not gonna request a trade within these 2 years, Kenny. He's not gonna request a trade next year or next year or the season after that, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Um, and I still think they paid Kyrie this offseason personally. Even with that ACL injury.
Yeah, they probably.
Yo, what's the word?
Yeah.
It was good with you. You got any sense on that Dallas Laker game, Low?
I mean, shout out Luca, bro. I don't know what that was from AD last night. That shit was ass. Uh, I mean that Dallas mob is gonna be pretty good, man. When they get healthy next year, they'll be all right for sure. Um, just to add to a tougher ass fucking Western Conference. Nah, I don't got too much to say though. Good game. Shout out Luca, 45. He could have had 50 for he missed a he missed a couple little easy jumps, especially in the third quarter. I said something in playback yesterday. Jordan Woods told me I guess that's just the trend of how the Lakers play. But it's a little concerning to me. And maybe it is a trend, right? So maybe I'm just thinking about nothing. It's a little concern to me that I've seen a little too many times, right? That Luca gets hot in the first quarter, and then kind of like disappears in the second half a little bit. But
But
Jordan pretty much told me, pretty much is like Luca gets going first quarter, first half, or whatever. Then he start blitzing them. Then Brown gets going, and everybody else. I mean I don't. Maybe that is what's
yeah,
happening out there.
that's exactly what's been happening.
Yeah, I mean that's cool and all, but I would kind of like to see Luka be a little bit more assertive in those second halves. I think versus really good teams that I mean that was Dallas last night, right? They're fucking 10th seed and they beat up all the hell. It is what it is. But like versus really elite teams, I don't know how well that's gonna work.
But against Bliss's, like I don't mean to drag it. Like Luca really can't. Like you got to make that roll. It's a 4-3 on the backside against Reeves and LeBron. You got to make them pay. Like you can't really like try to probe it and get a shot off. Like he's not gonna force the issue.
I mean, I get what you're saying, bro, but like, I mean, what he had 35 in the first half. He ain't scored 37 to what fourth quarter,
Not
like.
last night he had 31 in the first half.
Okay, that movie scored like 3 points in the third quarter, something like you. I ain't telling him to just say fuck it and just do it all, but he's good enough, bro. He can pick his spots a little bit and be a little bit more aggressive, bro. Like he don't have to just conform to the script. If you get what I'm saying, like you don't got to do that, bro. Like that's especially if other teams start noticing that's the trend, bro. They might start playing into that a little bit. Or who knows? We'll see. Playoffs coming up.
Yeah, I mean, I understand. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I get what Jordan Wood said. I don't think he. I don't think Luka disappeared. I just think LeBron uptick. I think LeBron uptick. Now, if LeBron uptick and Luka just quote unquote disappear and they lose the game, and Luka just shot like 1 for 7, 1 for 8, or something like that, then yeah, I think that's something to speak to. But if Luka's still playmaking and LeBron is scoring or Reeves is scoring, I wouldn't really label it disappearing. But I don't know. We'll see how the game goes, especially like we said with playoffs coming up, and they could be playing against a better team, or they're playing against they're in a series against a team where both teams are playing against and strategizing and making in series adjustments, because that's really what wins a series. The in series adjustments really what wins series more often than not. So yeah, we'll see. I don't really got much to say to that point. But Utah and Portland, man, it seemed like it was a really damn good game last night. Team got a lot of good young players, in my opinion. Shaden, Donovan, Flip on the other side, Keontae George on the other side. Both these teams have a lot of good young players. And speaking of those young guys, we saw Shaden Sharp go out there and have 37 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists last night. Donovan have 10 and 9. Thibault have 10 points and 6 assists. Kamar have 18 and 6. Jabari Walker with 15. And on the Jazz side of things, Flip had 30 and 18. Bryce Sensabaugh hit some big shots down the stretch. He had 22 points. Keontae George hit a big 3. He had 18. Johnny Juzang, Colin Sexton. A whole now Oscar Sheway, by the way. Oscar Sheway is rebounding the ball well. I'm surprised my dog really got into the league and playing some minutes right now, man. Well, shout out to Oscar Sheway, 17 and 10, double off the bench. So yeah, it's a lot of good young players in this game. Utah definitely got them decisions to make this off season, and for me, it's simple. They obviously want to pick one. Everybody feels like obviously pick one. Everybody feels like this would be a great spot for Cooper Flag. It's either they get Flag or they get Harper or whoever they get with their pick. And bro, if I'm them, I'm just moving off. I'm trading everybody that's not Flip. I wouldn't even trade Walker. Walker been in conversations too much, in my opinion, though. But I'm not trading Flip, Walker, whatever you want. But they got too many young players because you got Keontae, Isaiah Collier, you got Sexton, you got Bryce
I'm about to say
Sensabaugh,
you shouldn't trade none of those young
you got
guys.
Taylor Hendricks. Nah, they got it. They got too much, gang.
I mean, unless maybe Laurie. I mean, trade Laurie obviously because he's kind of obviously in the
Now you
same
got to
spot that you
obtain
want to
that
put
value
Cooper.
you lost. Like you got to regain that.
What are you talking about?
Laurie Marketing's value in the open marketplace this offseason. You're not gonna have that many callers, like with a lucrative
Bruh,
package.
regardless, bruh, I know it's not that, bruh. You just gotta get him out of there, bruh. It's not really about what you get back, bro. It's about freeing up a spot for Cooper Flag and freeing up a space for him. You feel me? Like minutes for him, like that. If you got Laurie, I don't see how. Well, I mean, I can see it, but then at that point, you're gonna have to put Laurie on the bench or play him way less minutes.
You could
And
play him 3 through 4, really.
I think Laurie gotta go. Collins gotta
Nah,
go.
Laurie gotta go, bro. He
I
got
don't know
to.
how much value you gonna get back for Laurie because he's making a max at this point.
Bro,
And what
That's
you
what I'm
can't be worried
saying.
about value. That's what
he
I'm
gonna
saying. You
recoup
already done
that? I
paid the
don't think
nigga, bro.
so.
You did what you did, bro. You can't be worrying about shit like that. You just got to get him out of there, bro.
But you not getting nothing, bro.
Fuck it. Whoever has the highest offer, take it, bro. Fuck it, bro. You can't. Bro. First of all, you paid the nigga max money, bro. Like his value was in the trash as soon as you did that. I ain't gonna say in the trash because if you would have balled out or have some crazy year this year, cool. I guess his value would have still
Go
been
get
up,
you some
but.
seconds.
Nah, bro. You can't.
Move
Once
on
you get
from
that
that.
nigga max money, you basically agree to whatever a nigga offer you at this point, bro. You taking it. Shit, something to go to state. We still want him. We gotta. Nah, never mind. We can't see that nigga contract. But shit, something. If a couple places Lori could go, bro. He'll be a solid little fit. I don't know who got money for him though, but yeah, you gotta clean house for Coop though. If you want to bring him in.
I mean, I can see where you coming from.
Hey, what's up, Twin?
It's not like the Jazz are starving for draft picks. They got plenty of draft capital.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they don't. They're
get off
the
marketing, get off
what would you
Collins,
think
get
they'll
off
be their target?
Clarkson. You said what?
Like, what you think that will be their not target? I use the wrong word. Goal. You think they would rather they want young players or picks? I mean, they have realistically they have both already. Like they have young players, they have picks. Like, but if you're trying to clean house, get Coop in there, and you got to trade everything, get everything out there. Would you try to focus around the more young players or just more picks?
It's Danny Ainge, so he's gonna want picks because that's what he is. But I think you try to get both. I think right now, I think they need more good young players right now.
They got a couple. I mean, they got what do you say? Collier, Keontae George.
Keontae, I
Um,
don't know about Keontae for real.
Yeah, Keontae George is not good.
I'm not
Isaiah
gonna say he's
Collier,
not good,
damn,
but
niggas
he's,
out on
he's
Keontae George already.
Isaiah Collier. He's a player. You got Flips. He's developing lately. You got
Flips.
I don't watch Utah ball by the way,
where's
so
how what's
I'm
nigga
letting that be known now.
Just call
I
him
don't know what
Flip,
the fuck these
bro.
niggas been doing this
Yeah,
year.
he's been playing well. You got a couple. Utah got a couple players. Like
That's
I
what I'm
would
saying. They got some cool little young guys over there
like
already, bro.
John Collins. You definitely go get some calls this off season. Like I think
Oh, they got Collins. I mean, niggas a call for Colin.
they'll definitely call
Niggas,
40% from 3 to year. You feel me?
niggas will definitely call for Colin.
I'm
Section will call
interested.
for Colin Sexton. How much
Yeah,
money he
Colin
making?
Sexton, John Collins, those guys. See what you can get. Yeah, marketing. Like I think
Clarkson
those guys,
calls.
you gotta look to move off of. So I don't know, but shout out Utah.
Facts.
11-10. You think they're gonna move Kessler too, or not?
Why? Why should they?
Walker Kessler.
Yeah.
Kessler, I don't understand why they would do that.
I don't see why they would do that too. And I ain't gonna lie to you. So have y'all? What's what pick Portland? I mean, not what pick. Yeah, we don't know yet. But where's Portland at in all this shit? Can they get a chance at the number one?
I
Yeah,
think
they have a
Well, they
viable.
they're
can,
10th,
but
right? Are they
can.
10th in
Yeah. Well,
draft
they up there
lottery
with us.
right
Because
They
I'm
now?
down there
just
with us. They
thinking,
down there with us.
I don't know how well this will work, but I mean, they'll probably have to. You put Coop right there next to
You gotta get rid of
They
next to
not. They not
Klinger.
gonna get the. They
Jeremy
not gonna
Grant.
get the number one
They're not
pick.
gonna
They're
get it.
not
But I
gonna.
was just thinking. I don't know why I was just thinking. Coop next to Klinger, that defense would be crazy. But
They have a chance at it, but it's a slim one.
I'm about to say it's a slim
Very
chance, but that shit.
like
Very
the
slim.
Eagles
On
going
some
to
hawk shit,
Chicago.
maybe.
They
I
had
don't know.
like a 1.6% chance. Like that shit like that.
I saw this
Coop
morning
belong in the East though, so it's whatever.
that Dallas clinched the playing spot. What the fuck happened last night after they lost?
The Suns
Phoenix,
lost. That's why.
Yeah.
Oh, the Suns lost. Okay,
Yeah.
that's tough. Shout out to the Suns, man. Shout out Devin Booker.
Jordan Woods says keep Laurie, so keep Laurie marketing. But they do have to get off Collins then, for sure. They got to trade him. I think he's expiring, right? Collins, I think, should be expiring at this point, so move Collins.
What Colin? You talking Colin Sexton? You talking about
John. But I mean, both of them. But John has to go now, so you can make room for Flip to, play.
Yeah, they got enough. They got enough young pieces over there
Somebody's gonna
though.
want Collins at this point, Black,
Well, they
because
saying
he's
nobody
he's
want John
expiring.
Collins.
Yeah, he's expiring.
Nah,
Like
somebody gonna want John
he's a
Collins, bro.
decent player right now at this point.
He
So
did look. I'm not gonna lie. He did look terrible that last little stint with Atlanta, but
he
he
been
stayed.
fine as a
Yeah,
janitor. So
he stayed got his
fixed his
value
three
up.
ball. He's a good enough post player. So he'll, somebody will want him, especially since he's expiring. It's not a bad
Factual.
contract anymore.
Do y'all think there's a world he believes that if he opt out, he can make more than what he's making right now?
John Collins,
Yeah.
he has a player option.
What's he making right
Yeah.
now? But I say
He got a
Nah,
player.
he's gonna
Player
opt
option.
in. He gonna keep that money.
what's he
I
making right
think.
now?
Nah, he played well this
26.
season though.
You
Nah, he
said
not getting more than
26.
that in the open market.
Yeah, 26.
Nah, he not getting more than that. He better opt into that.
Now he hooping, but like
Nah, he gotta
26.
yeah, he gotta opt in it. Nah, I'm gonna be
That
real
shit,
with
that's
you.
the Atlanta money, nigga.
Yeah, with the new CBA, but I think a lot of teams are kind of a little skeptical. Well, and I'm pretty sure this is the goal, right? With the new CBA, teams are kind of a little more wary about who they
Cause
giving their
look,
dollars
he's
to,
putting
bro.
up 19-8 on 50, 40,
Don't
80,
say good stats, bad
85
team.
splits. But I'm
Don't say
saying
good stats,
the
bad
new
team.
CBA, that's the Atlanta money. They was giving him that as a number,
I'm
what,
saying
3
though, he
straight?
opts in, he finishes out his Atlanta deal, he'll get another deal. It'll be for
Yeah,
less though,
facts. And
but I don't think he needs to give up what he got left for next year for a long term deal because I think he'll still get that. So why not
I
just
ain't
make the
gonna
most
hold
out of your
you.
money and then re up after it's done? Because he'll be in the league.
I ain't gonna hold you either. I'm telling like his best bet, honestly, because opting out and trying out ain't gonna get you no. It ain't gonna do nothing for you. So your best bet is to opt in and then try to get your value up, and then maybe after one solid year and then one really good year, you can get your vibe back.
Yeah. But yeah, to answer your question, Ev, I think he opts in. I don't think he opts out.
Yeah. Okay. I think he is going to take a pay cut this offseason, Jordan. I meant
Who
to
you
say
talking
that
about?
like last week.
Who you talking about?
John Collins.
Brian.
Oh, I
Oh,
don't
John
watch that
Collins.
team. I don't watch that team. I don't care about the team.
Brian going to do what he did last year. He going to wait around to the last minute before he re-up and see if they can do in the offseason. And then he going to sign his contract. That's exactly what Brian going to do. Lakers going to be really
How
damn
he
good
play?
next year.
How he playing? He playing like he want to be home, Missouri.
He want to be
Like
home. No, he don't. Why you say
that's
that?
that how he playing.
Why you say that? Because he
Cause he
chilling in the
not
first half
playing.
or
He
chilling?
not playing good.
He waiting for the playoffs.
All right.
He going to turn up in the playoffs.
I don't want to derail. So my apologies.
He ain't going nowhere. Next thing we just you gonna get MLB guy a bit and big. Yep.
I don't care.
Yep.
Okay, so now as a LeBron James fan, we only care about the fourth. I thought our whole thing was the entire game, but now we only give a fuck about the fourth now. Just let me know. I wasn't there. I wasn't there for last week's meeting on the shift of what we care about.
Don't let them stop you, Tanez.
Go
Say,
ahead.
say
Sorry,
your
go
mind.
ahead, Javon.
No, you good. Next was the Spurs and Warriors. Um, shit, we only saw the last second shot for the most
Yeah,
part.
I
Well,
don't know what the fuck happened in this game.
yeah, I only seen it for the most part for.
Let me see
I
the
thought it
box
was,
score. Let me box score. Watch real
Shout out
quick.
Harrison Barnes. The
What the
script
fuck
was
happened
Film
in
scripting,
this
study?
bro.
game?
Film study?
No,
No.
the script was scripting, bro. If Harrison Barnes the reason y'all stay in the play-in, that's an elite script right there.
Steph Curry had Curry had a good game. He had 12 or 24. That's okay. Jimmy had 28 points and took 8 shots.
Free throw line.
Nah, 16 and 17 from the line is diabolical, bro. Oh fucking, but he on my team. I think that's crazy, bro. What the fuck? Slim, this nigga shot 17 free throws.
Bro, what the hell?
This game.
Yeah,
Every
8 shots.
time I
This is so funny because
8 shots,
Warriors fans
28
told me
points.
that this shit is a W and they were gonna run the thing.
I mean, it's supposed to be a W. This is a bad loss.
That's what Jordan was telling y'all. Like y'all can't just say that. Shout out Jordan.
Bruh, stop, bruh. This is a game you're supposed to be able to pencil in as a win, bruh, especially at the end of the season. But the problem is that these niggas tried to pencil it as a win before they even played it. What's it called? Like, look at what is this? What am I looking at here? Paz ass. Okay, cool. 3 of 11 from Paz. 3 of 11 from Moody. What the fuck?
Pods and Moody is what sold. It's the outside shooting of the others because 30 for Curry, 28 for Jimmy. Like that's what sold the game, bro.
I mean, T, you watch this?
I watched like the fourth.
All
And
right,
niggas couldn't
nah.
guard nobody either. Niggas couldn't guard nobody either though. Like I think the Spurs had like 4 or 5 players with double digit points.
7, I think.
It was 7. I knew it was a lot, but god damn.
Yeah, that ball was moving like a motherfucker. Doesn't matter.
But yeah,
Beyond ball, okay. Like I don't know if he got hurt, but he only played 11 minutes, so it looked like they realized early, get him the fuck off the court, play small ball, move the ball around, let Chris Paul control the tempo. Okay,
niggas couldn't guard nobody, and Pods was out that bitch bricking.
okay, that makes sense. That's not. I'm not surprised at that. That makes sense.
If you would have told me that against this game, Jimmy would have had eight shots, 28 points. Steph Curry would have had the 30 ball, and we lost. I would have told you he was a fucking liar.
Yeah, I mean this is one of them. This what the fuck was that shit that y'all niggas just come in here and say? Schedule loss or some shit like that. Like I don't know.
By the Lake,
Let's call it one of them shits.
Tween,
but Tennis. Oh, go ahead.
You
you
said
good.
what?
Tween. I do want you to show me what happened because I do know it was a tie game, right? Real quick, if you can put it up. It
Yeah,
was
I
a
got
tie game, and the Warriors got the ball like 30 some seconds to go, and then we flipped back to the game, and next thing you know, the Spurs had the lead. So just show me what happened on that possession right there if you get a chance.
Niggas getting gamed by Harrison Barnes, bro. Ain't that fucking ironic, bro?
Yeah, I want to see like what happened, Jordan. I swear.
Fuck that guy,
It
bro.
was like 32 seconds to go, and the Warriors had the ball, and next thing you know,
I
we
know
flipped back.
Draymond got fouled. I think did he make both free throws to tie it?
Yeah, he made both. He made both of them, and that's the Harrison Barnes game winner after.
You trying to
But
see
yeah,
after
man.
the game winner?
No. I'm not trying to see after the game. I'm trying to see before the game, like 2-3 plays before the game winner.
This your screen you got up?
This Tween screen. I mean, my screen. He about to share his. Yeah, I mean, Warriors had a great first quarter. The Spurs came back, outscored them in the second. The Warriors outscored them in the third, and the Spurs came right back and outscored them in the fourth, 38-23. That's literally how the game went, back and forth. Like, let me see what happened.
No funny. The Spurs did this shit 2 nights in a row. Like just being in the game. Like even that Clippers game, they Harden and them separated at the end, but like they giving niggas a good bump. Like I don't know for what the purpose for, but they not no just schedule win. Like Tennis said, like you can't just schedule the wins in the NBA. You got to go get that shit done. I never was with that run the table. I was hoping we did, but you got to get the wins.
I got you.
What did I buy there?
Y'all talk about the Lakers game already?
No. Wait, what happened? Go back.
Nigga,
Okay,
Johnson got it
107, 109. Okay, 35 seconds. Cool. We was up right here. So what happened right here?
right here,
Keldon?
left hand lay, man.
Keldon took him off the dribble from the corner. He took him off the dribble and then did the.
Hey, merch. That's what's
Hey,
going
not
on.
It
So
is a Jimmy turnover.
So this nigga
Bro, you ain't have to break this down this much, bro. Nigga literally just couldn't. What the fuck was that? Draymond was bullshitting.
He's out of position.
Stephon Castle on, and then he just tried to double, but
he was super out of position.
Nah, I think he knew what he was. He just felt like he could get
Harrison Barnes fouled. Did he
They
foul
call that foul? I ain't gonna lie, that shit was soft as hell, twin.
And Draymond made 2, which was fucking crazy.
So he
wait, who gave up that shot by who gave up that Harrison Barnes shot? I'm not mad at it because he just did some bullshit. But I don't want to know who it was on.
It was on Jimmy.
Yeah, that's just a good shot.
He just hit some bullshit. Like I'm not mad at Jimmy.
That's not like niggas in his face, hand up, contest.
Yeah.
Harrison Barnes made a hell of a shot. Wish he could have did that for you in 2016, huh, Lo? Make a 3 ball. Huh?
He faked it.
He got that little bit of separation on that fake handoff.
It was only like 2 or 3 people on the stage at the time, Jordan. I think I said what I needed to be said
That's what I'm trying, bro.
in the game, and then Tween did as well. And then 11-10 give a little shout out to Luka. That pretty much was it. So yeah, we just saw what happened down the stretch of that game. You know, KB ain't seen nothing.
Nigga
We just saw what
said
happened on the
he
stretch of
said
that game.
niggas so fake. I come in, bro. It's 12:30. Gang, like y'all played the first game of the day, bro. Like it
But
was two
normally
people on
it's
stage. Like how long did y'all want that to take,
normally
They
they
doing
talk
if the
about
Lakers lose,
bro? It was
25 people
two.
gonna be up
Keep in
here.
mind, it's two people on the stage, gang.
That's the point she gonna make, brother.
If that sound like the fans need to get here faster, then why they can't be
Well,
relying on the haters?
that's the point though. When they be hating, they be fast to come up here.
I don't know. I think it's just a slow day, honestly. You don't see nobody in here for real.
Yeah, it's slow because the Lakers won.
Stop.
I'm telling you.
And then I hope y'all and I know y'all not victory lapping over beating Dallas, bro.
Nobody. That's not a victory lap. It's just a fact that when they lose, everybody got something to say.
But
When they nothing to say.
nobody cared about that
I'm gonna
game
be
last night.
honest.
Besides
It's about
besides the
how you
obvious
lose.
sentimental factor.
It's
Like
not
got
no
Josh
how
Giddey
you
half court. Like them
not
type of
how
losses will bring up every NBA fan walk on earth. Like
they be
any,
coming up here to talk about them, even if it's like not a game
but
winning.
y'all lose in the funniest ways though, Tenes.
What?
I'd rather talk about that report I
All the
seen last
games we've
night.
lost in the funniest ways.
No
No, no,
funny
no, no,
though.
no, no, not
When
every.
when
Not
Draymond
every.
when Draymond went up to shoot them free throws, I thought that's when the game was over. Just
Like
me
look at the
personally.
nigga. We better throw the fuck out the Warriors right here.
No, y'all
Nigga,
not,
who
bro.
is
It's only
we?
two people on stage.
It's
Who the
you
fuck
to
is showing no fuck out the Warrior?
like it's just you, brother.
You're not lying.
Ever probably will join you, but that's only if she feels like it.
But Havison going low key troll with every team not named Lakers or mini on the low ball.
You said we about to show the fuck off the Warriors. Who is we?
I will say though, I don't. What pick are the Spurs projected to have? They're going to be really fucking good next year, depending on who they grab. Well, regardless,
They at 8 right now.
but they're at 8.
Hey,
They're gonna be solid.
that could get them a nice little piece. That can't get them Con.
I can. If I'm there, I'm trying to get Molly though.
Words.
You
That'll
want them to get Mollywop?
be
Yeah, put him with Wimby.
I don't know, I don't watch too much cards, bro. But that last game I seen from Mollywop, man, I don't know about dude, bro.
That
no
nigga
way.
too.
That's the real
Are
name.
are you
His
are you one
Latino
of the
tough.
people, Ev, who think like
What?
Chet and Wimby's are true fours? Are
Nah,
you
the
one of those
Spurs. The
people?
Spurs literally just don't have a backup center. So if you want to start Wemby at center again and just have Molly off the bench, that's cool. Their backup center was Zach Collins, and now obviously for the moment Bismack Biyombo, but they legit don't have no other big man on the roster. So they need a big man, and why not just address it in the draft? One of the best defensive big men, and also a guy that can finish down low and also athletic. So I like Molly for them personally.
Molly
If you, and if you want to start Wemby at the 4, you can do that too. For me, that's how I go for me.
Man, you got an hour talk of time after the why me shit. Okay.
As Suns on an 8-game losing streak, they took a loss last night to the Thunder. J-Dub had 33 points for OKC. They came back in this one and got the win. Suns started off the game pretty good in the first half. OKC took it over in the second half, won by 13 points. The Nuggets also got a much-needed win over the Kings after being on a 4-game losing streak. Jokic had his 33rd triple-double of the season.
You read that article, Ev?
Yeah, I was about to say something. I didn't read the article, but I seen it.
Oh, they got some juicy stuff in that article.
From the article, though.
That was kind of mid. It was kind of mid compared to others. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, I don't live for drama, ma'am, so it was juicy for me.
Malone was a big Russ advocate. Apparently, players wasn't a fan of him being, getting some favoritism within the locker room or even on the court. That's pretty much what I took from the quote that I saw, and that was it.
Yeah, that it was part of it. They said the off-court stuff was worse than the on-court stuff. They said Booth wanted to fire Malone since the beginning of the 2023 season. They won 2020. Yeah, 2023 season. So they won 2023. Yeah. So the beginning of the 2023 season, and he wanted to fire him. Now but he was still working on his extension, so he didn't have the power to fire him yet because they were working on the extension, and they just just don't mess with each other. Apparently, he didn't like the way that he was building the squad because before when because Tim Conley was there first, and he was the one that got Mike Malone, and they worked together. So like he
Mm-hmm.
would Malone's input in building the roster, whereas with Calvin Booth, pretty similar to what Swiper said. Calvin Booth wouldn't do that; like he'd just do his own thing.
Coach,
But
that win you
Nah, I'm not
the
a.
championship.
article people. If I don't know if Good's in here, I'm not saying that. That's what they said. They said Russ has been having meltdowns this part of the season. And so they're like they need to bring in Pickett because in the last game, because I didn't watch last night's game, but they said in the last game like he was having a meltdown in the fourth quarter or something, and he quickly subbed out Russ and brought him in. So they were saying like that was an issue.
I feel like that's not super fair when a lot of these like Russ blenders have been like, him with unhealthy lineups and being asked to be the guard. And I still think like relative to like having him break out of his own head before the offs, because to me over the course of the season, he's been like a positive player for them. So like I still don't understand going against the coach.
Most of
Polarizing for
Denver's
a Batman player, bro.
most
I
of
don't know what
Denver's
it is.
problems the last month have been defensive oriented, and if you and Russ has been one of their best defenders, so it's just like a yin yang. Are you gonna bring in like the shooters, the guy that can shoot the ball? Or are you gonna bring in, you feel me, the guy that can try to play defense? Like they don't have both. If they did, they would probably solve the problem.
Russ
And
ain't
that's
need
and
Russ
who
ain't
does
need
that who does that
That's
Russ
They
ain't
another
need
need
thing.
nothing
more
but
That's
two-way
another
offense.
thing that
players.
I found.
Okay.
That's another thing that I found very ironic. Joker was a bit frustrated because of the defense, and I was like, "All right, I
But
got
I
you."
said, bro, I haven't said. I swear to God, bro, when I seen that, I'm like, bro, who is he to talk about how bad the defense is? Nigga, you part of
Nah,
it.
that's not fair though. That's like if
You,
like no funny like in 2015 and Steph would have said like, "Damn, I want our guys to be better defensively." Like if
That is
let's say
but
you want
not.
a
listen
good
though,
defensive
let me tell you
team,
something, bro.
That is
I'm
not.
not as
Y'all
I'm
extremely over
because
exaggerate. Steph is a bad
low
defender because of his stature.
no
He's small. He's
low.
bad ankles, cool,
I
but
mentioned 2015.
he
If you were
never.
a bad defense for a reason, because I'm talking to
Yeah,
when he was a worse defender. My only issue
yeah,
is
I know, but
carrying he's still carrying a
his defensive
way
issue
bigger
was never a
significant
lack of
load.
effort. The effort was never the reason Steph couldn't
Nigga,
play
what
defense. He was
is the
never
effort for? I'm doing the other end, and these niggas don't guard on the perimeter.
nigga.
So
That's not. That's
I'm gonna
Jokic,
get fouled out. I'm gonna get fouled out, and I'm putting the most effort in on both sides of the ball because these niggas
it's
wouldn't
not.
guard nobody on the perimeter.
It's not the
And
same
I've
though.
had
He's
other years where he's been better defensively. You know what the difference was? The guys actually stayed in front of their fucking man.
It's not the same though. He is center, so I don't know why you're trying to get that off. But I got you.
yeah, that too though. I didn't
I
even
think
get to
his
that point though. He's a defensive anchor, dude. Your anchor can't be that bad.
but low. My only thing is we've seen them just lose defenders, right? And then to me, not really, you know, get the adequate guys to replace those guys. And then yeah, like his defense is going to be worse. We knew what he was as a defender, but it still is going to fall on the other guys more than him always because of what his offensive load is.
He's the center.
I promise
I
you, it
get,
does.
I get, I get what you're saying to a degree to him, but I'm low key on I'm low key on T side with this
That
because
nigga's
then
the center.
nah,
Yeah,
hold
I'm
on,
about
hold
to,
on.
bro. I mean, I get position this ball. Don't get me wrong, bro. But like, some shit is like, come on, bro. Your center is literally the
It's
last line of
No,
defense.
but at the end of the day, when your center is Jokic, right? I'm more so leaning towards what T saying. Because at the end of the day, I see what you're saying. It's known that he's not a good defender. Like that's been known. That was known when they won a championship.
That's different. That's cool. But like
Yeah, at
So he
this
that's
can.
point,
So
Bob, you
yes,
trying to change the rules for
I'm not
no,
gonna
Jokic.
lie.
no, I'm not. No,
I'm not
I'm
gonna lie.
not.
I'm not
Because
gonna lie.
if that
That's
was
like
any other
telling me.
center,
That's
you would
like
sub him
telling me.
out.
No, bro, no,
That's
bro.
like telling me. That's like telling me. That's like let's say
That's like
Evan
telling.
Mobley is that.
That's like saying before Brian became a decent and respected shooter, he was complaining about shooters around him.
That's not the
Huh?
same.
That is the
Nah, I don't
same.
get
That
that
is
one, Bob. Hold
not
on,
the
hold on. I
Because
don't get
same.
that one. I
Braun
don't get
wasn't
that one.
how's not the same?
I don't get that one, bro.
How I said that would be like if Braun was complaining
That
about
no,
shooters because he
that
was
is
part
not
of the shooting
that is not the
problem.
same. That is
Because
not the
if
same.
how's not
Because because Braun because one Braun like would like He
Take your time. Take your
defensively,
time. Take your
I'm
time.
telling you, it's that would make more sense if you use the Ben Simmons thing. If Ben Simmons said there's not a lot of shooters
No,
on
I
me,
said
don't
before Braun
try,
became a respectable shooter.
listen to the second part. And Ben Simmons don't even try to. And Ben
Why you
Simmons
went to
don't
the extreme of Ben Simmons?
because listen to the second part.
Okay,
And
I'm
Ben
sorry.
Simmons don't even try to shoot.
Mhm.
So like Joker at
I'm not
times
going.
is late to the basket, like he not even
Okay,
trying
you say at times. Rosa, what's happening, girl?
a good amount of time.
Because it's not like
I
it's
just explained.
and I said okay. I said I didn't hear you because
Nah,
my homegirl pulled
Byron,
up.
that Brown point to me don't make sense because he's the primary ball handler. So him
So
complaining
is
about shooters
Jokic.
around him is because he. No, I'm saying yeah, but this is this is
Because he
a
has to
direct link because
he has to pass.
he's the one
But
passing to
yo,
these quote unquote shooters. If you get
okay,
what I'm saying.
But Jokic just they everything offensively. So it's just like okay, yeah, you come you.
It doesn't feed into the other though. Like the passing to shooters does not feed into like you other
How
like
about you be a
he
better shooter? Because they'll say y'all tell Jokic to be a better
but
defender.
he
And he,
and who's
but
gonna
he
pass it
did
to
though. That's the
him?
thing though. He did work on being a
But
better
no, but who's
shooter.
gonna pass it
But
to him? He not even
and at the same time, and at the same time, and at the same time, yeah, that's true, Chaggy. Some of the better friends did miss a lot of games.
I
But
think
at the same, and yeah, you just gassing the he don't try. Like you made it like the Ben Simmons point. Like okay, Ben Simmons never try to shoot. That's not act like Jokic don't never try to play
a
defense.
good amount of time. Like
No. I'm
he
not with that. I'm not doing
Olay
that.
And
I'm
He
not.
is
I'm
a
not.
he
man.
Olay.
Swipe.
nasty dumb shit to say.
But that's the nasty narrative pushing agenda of Swiper. That's his back. I get on him about that. That's just Swiper
But
wanting to
but
be a
I didn't
nasty
even like if
agenda
he was
pusher.
trying to get that off. That's all I'm
my
saying.
my, my, my only thing is
Yeah.
like we've
If he
seen
was trying
Jokic
more, but
try more when he
Hold on,
had the
my
adequate.
server's about to get nervous. I'm walking away from my house.
I'm
I'm
not
about
saying
to
he
get
got to be
Tedesz,
nervous.
you
the
want to
only
continue?
defender or whatever, but he got to try. Like it's the effort where it's
He got
like
to
He
put in
will.
effort to complain,
He will.
bro.
yes,
You
the
He
can't
will.
complain
effort.
about some shit you're not putting in no effort in.
He will never. It.
At least
Yeah.
Brown
Yeah.
was
Okay.
putting in effort. Brown was shooting. Like he might not have been
No.
that good of a shooter, bro, but
Yeah.
he was putting in effort,
Yeah.
nigga. He
Y'all
wasn't.
can't. Ain't y'all both just being lazy? Y'all both
How's
just
that
being
Huh?
being
lazy.
lazy?
That's lazy. I'm
What is
not
going
doing that. Like
on?
what
I
is the
don't
point?
know. No, I
Because
said don't
because
understand anymore.
I didn't heard Twin make certain arguments like, oh, if he even if he do try, like, what's the point? Like, it ain't changing nothing.
That's a
He's still gonna
different
be
conversation.
he's
That's
still
not
gonna
the
be a
same.
bad defender
That's not the
regardless.
same.
But listen,
No,
but
Twin,
that's what we just
no,
said
yeah,
about
you,
Steph.
yeah,
Steph was
you
a
been,
bad defender,
yeah,
but he
Twin,
gave you the
Twin,
effort, bro.
what's the word? What's the exact word I'm looking for? You are being, is it obtuse? What on
I'm not
purpose?
being
I
obtuse.
think
I'm not
too.
being obtuse.
Yes, you are.
You are
Yes,
being
Purposely
you are.
obtuse.
I'm not even being
Yeah.
that.
I'm not doing that.
I'm not even being that.
Oh man, come on, bro.
You said I'm simplifying it when that's literally
It's
what you are
twin,
doing. Because
twin,
you're
twin.
basically saying because you're basically saying we already know he gonna be bad on defense, so it doesn't matter if he tries, so therefore he
Yeah,
can't complain. That's not that is
he can.
that is a very simplified way of thinking of it. How what I'm saying is that yeah, I
You
can
said
agree.
that he never tried.
He
That's what I'm saying. You being
he
lazy about.
rarely tries.
Okay, yeah, twin. That's being lazy.
How's that
I'm
being
with you
lazy?
on.
He
I'm not
rarely
with you on that.
tries.
Okay, twin. Okay. You're not moving off
Yeah,
that.
We don't act like he tries all the time. I got you.
You're not moving off that. So
I think a lot of it is limitations and where he is defensively.